Downtown San Francisco. Fifth and Market. Oh. I'm almost done with my route. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 9 stops to go. Possibly 10. I might have missed one. Excuse me. Alright, let's do some paperwork. Hit some numbers real quick. Let me see. What time is it? 1:52. Yeah. Quiet. Alright, let's go. Let's go do this damn thing. Straight down that way leads to the Embarcadero. Straight down that way leads to the Castro. What's it say? Gojo? Hey there, Gojo. Alright, let's see. Look, and I set this little phone up for a second. Oh, nope, not a good spot. Just keep it there for now. Go. What's going on here? Where am I? I'm in San Francisco. San Francisco. Bro got all goofy. What's this? Says you on Finch? Nah, I don't do that. Who's on Finch? That's where I live right here, San Francisco. about to go off. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. It's too loud. It's too loud when it goes off. What part of Frisco? Fillmore? Fillmore area. Alright, let's go set the alarm again. And we're off. And we're out of here. Oh, not forget the old boxes. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Who is that? Who is that? Here we go, here we go. Boom, boom, bam. Lock it on now. Alright, we're good. Choo choo. That's exactly where I'm at. 4th and Market. Right at the power station. That's exactly where I'm at right now. Downtown. Get these old boxes in here. We're out of here. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, boop. Yeah, why not, right? little more. Almost done. $5. Easy money. Oh shit. Ow. What's going on? What's going on? No. Oh no, not the alarm. Stop it, please. Don't send it. Don't send it. I'm here. Damn, I just saw a giant rat. That motherfucker was big. Holy shit. Look at that motherfucking building. Look at it. And we'll go all the way up there. Embarcadero Center. Go. I gotta really fix these boxes now. They fall out everywhere. Damn, I just bumped my head up this shit. Ah. Free you? Hey there. Free you? This stuff is easy. $1. Well, let me see what I got next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 stops to go. Nice and easy. Whoa. Am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make it? Almost. Sometimes I ain't been logging shit in. I'm gonna be making up times later. Everything else is good. Alright. Let's go work a little. Daisy. That's all that's left right there. A little bit. Ah, I forgot to unlock it. Shit. what they be cooking up in here, but it smells hella good. They definitely using some spices in here. It smells delicious. Alright, here we go. That's it. 2 more stops and then I'm done. Done with this route, and then I gotta get back to the warehouse, unload, and then load back up. And then I'm gonna head off to Berkeley. Like I said, it helps me get a little bit of overtime. I really wish I didn't have to do all this crap. Like, see, look. Like, if I was, I don't know. I wish I could just, like, just go to the warehouse, unload, clock out, go home. I need to get my 8 hours, though. I don't know. I wouldn't mind doing this little job and, like, just doing, like, the 6. Maybe even just 5 hours. 2:30 now. Yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna put up with it for for a little longer. Like I always say, things never stay the same forever. Things always change. Who is that? Who's on here? They ain't going. I don't know. They must be sleeping. It's the train station. Caltrain. gotta get inside that gate right there. We ain't got no keys though. We gotta. I gotta call the special number. Yeah, I'll be back. This little quick stop. Off we go. On to the last stop. It feels good. It feels good when like I'm about to be done, like shit's over. I made it. Fucking Monday, huh? Kids gotta get back to school. Back on the school routine. I wonder how the stock market going through today. Boom, 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 boom. That's where I'm going right there. Let's see here. Hit the time on this thingy. What time I got? What time we got here? 2:40. Alright. I stopped. 2 little boxes. Easy does it. Where's my key at? All done with that part. All done there. Okay. How's the ball looking? Let's see. $243. No, I feel like I hadn't done this route in a while, so I guess I'm kind of rusty. I should have been back at the warehouse, though. I'm just moving slow. Fidgeting with this damn phone all night, too. That slows me down.
Law at 1-800-INJURED. Talk with us.
Cash back for
Through our music.
Hey, you need a name you can trust.
Well, it's a law and it binds you. saying it continues to respond to the H5N1 bird flu outbreak.
Worst case.
Colorado vet Kay Russo and others told us they feel stymied. The current distrust of science and vaccines is hurting their fight to try to prevent the next pandemic.
I would scorch the earth if this ends up in children deaths. And so as a mother, as a veterinarian, as a scientist, I'm just asking you trust us, because I will do everything in my power, and there's plenty of folks behind me that will do the same to keep this from getting to that point.
60 Minutes airs in its entirety every Sunday at 7 p.m. and again at 1 o'clock Monday morning. Coming up on KCBS, Pope Francis died this morning. We'll have a live report from CBS News in 5 minutes.
Whoa.
CBS News time.
God damn, they just hit me with that like that. The Pope is dead just like that.
Basketball game.
I thought he was getting better and stuff, and he was doing, man. The Pope died.
Sunday, falling to the Angels 5-4. With more sports, here's Stephen Langford.
That's crazy. I swear he was getting better.
Says the now former goaltender Alexander Georgiev. It's so impressed with how
I don't know what this guy's gonna do. You're all fucking dead. I'm out, man. You wanna see it, sucker? He back there waiting for that light to change. I think that thing is broken or something. I'm out.
Back to town. What else was there? Coming from someone who's played for the New York Rangers and Colorado Avalanche, a truly passionate, diehard fan base. Very dedicated. You can tell they're maybe fans for life. They're just hockey fans, so it's probably big Sharks fans. Like, you can tell they see the cares about the team and stuff with the team and in tough times. It's pretty huge. Georgiev was traded to the Sharks this year. He enters this offseason as a free agent. At the Storm Stats with Stephen Langford, KCBS.
When you travel around the world, or when you travel across America, you quickly realize that different places have different cultures and customs.
The same is true of the court system.
The customs and culture of the courtroom can be very different from place to place, even though the laws are similar.
That's why you...
if you have to work later today, you may want to get out, have lunch outside, or maybe walk the dog, because it is going to be a nice day. Warmest day of the week, sunny skies, highs upper 60s at the coast, low 80s, and progressively cooler after today. Highs Tuesday and Wednesday in the 60s and 70s, highs Thursday San Francisco right now. It is 51 degrees in Oakland, and Concord 52 degrees. San Jose's at 54 degrees. In Santa Rosa, it's 49 degrees, and Half Moon Bay 48, San Rafael 47. Traffic and weather together on the Sun, All News 106.9 and AM KCBS. The time is 2:50. CBS News Special Report.
Con profondo dolore.
Senior Vatican Cardinal Kevin Farrell announcing the death of Pope Francis this morning
Nostro Santo Padre.
with Vice President from Rome. CBS's Chris Lucey.
This was indeed one of the very last meetings that Pope Francis had with anybody, and then shortly after that meeting with Vice President Francis went on to deliver his blessing, and then with the help of an aide, deliver his Easter message in which he condemned policies that marginalize migrants.
The 12-year-long papacy of Pope Francis, the first Latin American pope, has come to an end. CBS News Special Report. I'm Christopher Cruz. Brian McDermott is at the case. CBS News time is 2:51. We will continue to cover the passing of the Pope today throughout the morning on KCBS. Former Congresswoman Barbara Lee is the Oakland mayor-elect after Lauren Taylor concedes successful campaign to become Oakland's next mayor.
Turnout in a special election is always fickle. You never know who's going to come out.
That's KCBS legal analyst Larry Kristanov. He points to Lee's campaign as the key to her victory over Lauren Taylor when votes were so precious during a special election.
Probably 18, maybe 20% turnout in that. So each voter becomes very important, and the better organized campaigns for that reason.
That and two significantly different approaches to Oakland's budget deficit.
He said, I'm going to really switch things up by getting rid of a lot of people and consolidating programs. She said, no, we can make things work. We can make things work. I'll work with all the different sides.
But as Kristen points out, if Lee's plan is to lean on federal help, she might be in for a term.
So if Lee is counting on the federal government and the state to try to help her patch up the deficit, she may be looking at the wrong places because there may not be any money left to give.
From Oakland, Jack Ferris, KCBS.
Repeating this morning's top story, the Vatican announcing today that Pope Francis has died at the age of 88, the first Latin American pontiff in history. Francis was known for his humble style and focus on helping the poor. Not without critics, Francis alienated some by focusing on climate change and the inequalities created by capitalism. Pope Francis dead at the age of 88.
Stardate, April 21st. The most amazing object visible through a small telescope doesn't look all that remarkable. In fact, it looks like a faint star. Yet that point of light packs the power of 10 trillion suns. The power of a quasar. 3C273 is the first quasar ever discovered. When astronomers first saw it, they thought it was just another star. It looks like a star, and its main ingredient is like a star's as well. But when they measured its distance, they were astonished. 3C273 was 2.5 billion light years away. That meant it couldn't be a star at all. Instead, they classified it as a quasi-stellar object, a quasar. Astronomers eventually figured out that it's powered by a black hole at the heart of a giant galaxy. The black hole is about 900 million times the mass of the sun. Its enormous gravity pulls in huge amounts of gas and dust, and maybe some stars. That material forms a spinning disk around the black hole. The disk is heated to millions of degrees, so it shines brilliantly, bright enough to see from 2.5 billion light years away. 3C273 is in Virgo. The constellation's brightest star, Spica, is low in the southeast at nightfall. The quasar stands high above it, about a third of the way up the sky. Despite its great power, it's too faint to see with the eye alone. But a telescope reveals this deceptive wonder, a monster masquerading as a star. For the University of Texas at Austin McDonald Observatory, I'm Billy Henry.
KCBS News Time is 2:55. This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The Sell America trade is gathering steam, and it may be setting the stage for a rough start to the week on Wall Street. In addition to tariffs, investors are worried about reports President Trump has not given up on the possibility of trying to oust Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. Chicago Fed President Austin Goolsbee was on Face the Nation yesterday. He said economists are virtually unanimous in saying the central bank should remain independent. He said any political interference would undermine the Fed's credibility. It's reported Tesla will delay its planned introduction of a more affordable electric vehicle. Tesla had said a lower-cost version of its Model Y sedan would be of the year. Now Reuters reports production of the EV will be pushed back at least 3 months. Vampires ruled the movie theater box offices over Easter weekend. The horror flick Sinners opened in first place. Jeff Bellinger, Bloomberg Radio. KCBS News Time is 2:56.
How many haircuts are given every year in the U.S.? That's reportedly one of the many brain teaser questions that Google has asked in job interviews. Many companies are now cultivating a reputation.
Gas station time. Yeah, this truck, I don't know why, but it's like... Oh my god, I swear there's something wrong with this thing. It doesn't fill up properly. Keeps doing it. Shit. I feel sleepy. Fuck. I'm done fucking around. I should go get some more coffee right now. Let me see. Fuck, I do feel sleepy. Fuck it. Get some more coffee. Let me see. Might not even feel that. I normally don't do a second coffee cup, but I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sleepy right now. I think most of that is that weed I just hit though. That's another thing too. I keep telling myself I gotta quit smoking. Quit smoking overnight at least while I'm working. So it gets me.
No, I can tell you, it cannot be tolerated. When there is a case of a religious man or woman who abuses, the full force of the law falls upon them. In this, there has been a great deal of progress.
2 weeks after murdering Francis, it was reported that he used a homophobic slur in 2 private meetings. But in his more than a decade as Pope, he voiced support for bringing the LGBTQ community into the church. That push started aboard a papal flight just months into his tenure. Who am I to judge, he said. Hailing from South America, Pope Francis's simple style was expressed in his humble beginnings. Jorge Mario Bergoglio was born in 1836 in Buenos Aires to an immigrant Italian railway worker and a housewife. As a young man, he lost part of a lung to an infection. He was ordained at the late age of 42. Francis claimed he only brought a small bag to the conclave that elected him because he expected to be going back home to Argentina. Like when you are called the People's Pope. Instead, he became one of the oldest popes in history, having traveled to more than 60 countries and keeping a busy schedule until the final days of his life. What do you hope your legacy is?
thought about it. The church is the legacy. A church not only through the Pope, but through you, through every Christian, through everyone. Personally, I get on the bandwagon of the church and its legacy for all.
I mean, that the church is for everybody.
Para todos.
Yes, for everybody.
And as you can see there, Tony, in our conversation, which was more than about an hour long, his warmth, his conviction, the historic nature of his papacy, as we explained, because not only was he the first Jesuit pope, the first pope of the Americas, the first to choose the name Francis, as I pointed out there, because he wanted to bring a focus to the poor, and that's why he lived so simply in Casa Santa Marta, which is where we did that interview. Now, is what his legacy will be? We asked him about that in our interview, and he said he hadn't thought much about it. He hopes the legacy is the church, in his words. But I'm thinking many of the papal scholars that we have spoken to recently and just over a year ago, they noted that he had changed the tune, but not the lyrics of the church. Do you understand what I mean? In other words, a lot of church doctrine did not change, but he did try to make the Catholic Church more inclusive. Whether it was his message about gays or same-sex unions to, well, he is not allowing women to become priests or deacons. He did appoint two women to high offices within the Vatican, managerial offices. That is a step forward. And then just one other thing that I thought was really noteworthy, too, that I learned, Tony, spending time with him, is now in St. Peter's Square, where we saw tens of thousands of people yesterday gathered to celebrate.
Alright, well, I guess that's it for now. I'm gonna get off of this and finish the job.